What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Say Something. I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you always watch the full video.
One of Nolan Wall's friends, Warren, did an interview recently where he spoke about the backlash they've been getting since Nolan Wall's death and all the allegations. Now, to me, this interview did them no favors, to be honest, because first off, the person they chose to do the interview with is like one of the most despicable, worst human beings probably on planet Earth, which obviously is hyperbole, but he's not too far off. Like, this dude is terrible. Brandon Tatum is not the person you want to do an interview with if you want for us to receive this interview with fair lenses. And if you're really close friends with Nolan and you want the world to believe that, you probably shouldn't do an interview with a man who has spent the last couple of weeks disrespecting Nolan's mom, calling her a grifter, a race hustler, all type of names. You probably don't want to do an interview with.
Yeah, that's true. But if he's telling the truth, then you got to take it for what it is. Like, forget who he did the interview with. Let's listen to what he said. If he's telling the truth.
With that man. Now, Officer Tatum oversold his interview drastically, bruh. Before the interview dropped, he was doing promo runs for the interview, talking about how this interview debunks everything, and this interview solves the Nolan Wells mystery, and this interview is what people need to watch.
Yeah, cause I seen sorry to already pause it. Cause I seen it was on Instagram and he posted like something like, oh, this, and he said that exact same thing. This video debunks the notion of that it was Nolan, just Nolan and his three friends. Nobody was focused on how many people totally went. People were only focused on that exact boat where Nolan was on. Forget how, like, nigga, it was 4 different boats and 20 different people. Nobody cares about that. And truly, that makes them look even worse because, nigga, if it was 20 people, how did 20 people leave one nigga behind? And then how does 20 people not know what happened to their friend? That makes, because even all right, 4 different boats. One was breaking down. So all four of y'all left when I guess when I wanted to go back because the boat was messing up. So all four of y'all left, and y'all still just left him. So 19 people left. 20 people came, but 19 people left. That makes no sense, bro. That makes no sense. You're like, nigga, we're all leaving. You came with us, bro. Nigga, you're not staying behind, bro. We ain't your daddy's nigga, but nigga, how long you just stay? You know, extra hour, bro. Nigga, we're leaving, bro. Get your ass on this boat. Friends don't leave friends behind, especially on an island. How you gonna get back? And then, like the man,
Watch to hear the truth. So he oversold this and then dramatically and drastically underdelivered.
I gotta say something real quick. Benjamin Crump should be ashamed of himself. Al Sharpton should be ashamed of themselves. I'm right here in Mississippi. It's crazy that I had to fly down here to even get this information. They've been lying on these boys. I got evidence, and I'm gonna show it to you, and I'm gonna lay it out for you. It is a shame that that boy Nolan did not get the respect that he deserved. In my opinion, they turned his death into a racial thing, destroying the community. You name it, they did it. And we got evidence that it wasn't just 4 boys with him. We got evidence that they asked Nolan to get back on the boat, and he refused to because he grown. We got evidence that the boys reached out to the parents, that Benjamin Crump and them didn't refuse to reach out.
if they reached out to the parents, why did the mom have to send somebody to them to get the phone? Why did the dad have to go to the other friend house to get the car keys? If they're reaching out. And then two, nigga, if a friend that me and 19 other people, however many people went, we all left, and now this nigga's missing. Nigga, we're all going back. Nigga, why? Come on, bro. That makes no sense, y'all. We all have a friend group. We all have a friend group. We know how to be a friend. If me and my friends went somewhere, we left this nigga behind, and then his parents, his people, whatever, are calling his phone that I have or one of our friend groups have, and then they're going back to where we supposedly left him, and because he's missing, we're all going. We're all going, or at least the good majority of us are going back. Nigga, hold up. Why and how is the homie missing? Nigga, like we going back, mom. We left him right here, mom. I swear, mom, right here.
To these boys, and I've talked to them. I've seen the evidence with my own eyes. I've seen that there was more than just 4 people. There was 3 boats full of kids. I know that they left and they had nothing to do with this. And it's
You know this is a crazy statement. You weren't there and you ain't them. I see why Flacco don't like you because that's a crazy statement. I know you weren't there.
instead of them saying and standing up for these boys and saying, look, we don't know what happened. We want justice for Nolan. These boys didn't have no involvement. Instead, they want to make it about race. And it is a shame. And I'm so heated, man. I went out to Horn Island. We got all the video.
That I do. Sorry to keep pausing, but that I do agree on. I don't like the fact that it's turned to like it like this is the second case that there's a black guy. I mean, black guy and a white guy, and then it's all about the race shit. I mean, the people they not directly saying that, but that is a good majority of what's been put out there. A black guy, 3 white kids. My black ass would never be with all these white like. I don't look at it as that. Cause that's crazy. That's crazy. I grew up around Hispanics. Yes, I have my family, but I would get out of school and go to my Mexican people house. I was with the Mexicans all day. Like so, it's the same thing. And I never would look at them like, hey, something gonna happen to me. Especially when these are people he grew up with. I can see if I can kind of understand if he just met them, just met them first day. Hey, you want to come ride with us? I don't even know you, but hey, come on. I can. Then it's like, all right, that's some real iffy shit. But your friends who you grew up with since middle school, elementary, whatever, I don't see it as like, yeah.
We got the interviews. The boys wanted to talk to me because I'm the only one there to give them a voice because everybody else is fake, fraudulent, looking out for themselves. And it's a shame, man.
Get over yourself, bruh. Yo, you think that you were the only person willing to interview these boys? Man, clearly not. Yo, they could have contacted any media outlet on planet Earth. They could have contacted Fox News. They could have contacted TMZ. They could have contacted anybody on planet Earth and they would have interviewed them. They picked you because you are a black guy. It's really that simple, bruh. All right, you are a black guy that's willing to tap dance and shuck and jive and do what you got to do, right, to cater to the dominant society. That's why they picked you. They didn't pick you because you were the only one willing to interview them, because that's absurd. They picked you because you are willing to do what you need to do, which is tap dance. It's really that simple. You are a black man who can tap dance. Facts. Now, the interview that he promised is not what is not the interview we got, like at all. Like not one bit, bruh. Nothing about this interview is revolutionary. Nothing about this interview is breaking news. So first off, during the interview, the first thing I spotted was the kid Warren, who's the son of the judge, by the way. He starts to say, yo, Nolan Wells is his best friend. That him and Nolan Wells been friends since middle school, up to college, and Nolan Wells is his best friend. And then the follow-up question will be a follow-up question that damn near any best friend will be able to answer. And this dude just fumbled it.
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends. And I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. And Nolan lit up every room he walked in. He always had a smile on his face. He always had something good to say. I've never seen Nolan get in an argument with somebody and say bad things about someone. You know, there's a lot of people that talk crap nowadays, and Nolan was never that person. Sweetest soul ever. And I mean, I had a great relationship with Nolan. I've never got in an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never said or will ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together. Mm-hmm. Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well, Nolan, a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy's house. We never went to Nolan's house and hung out. I mean, and my friend group's very, very tight knit. I mean, we hang out every day when we're back home from school. In high school, we hung out most weekdays and every day on the weekend. And I mean, we were never at Nolan's house, which there's nothing wrong with that. But
Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. First off, he never asked if you went to Nolan's house. Now, you not going to his house and you've been his best friend since 8th grade.
Nah, nah. I'm thinking about. I'm right now thinking about my friends. No, no. We've been to each other's houses. We've been to each other's houses. We know each other's parents. That's why you're this person's best friend. You know them in and out, and their parents know you. Best friend is then their family, because you be around all the time. Best friend is somebody who's gonna, when you have a kid, they're gonna be the guy. They're gonna be the godparent automatically. So yeah, nah, that don't sound right. Like, never been there. It's crazy. We hang out. We mostly hang out at my house, but yeah, I've been there. I can see that. I can see that. But never been there. No. Like, unless, especially like y'all in the same city, I can see if your best friend lives 2, 3. Nah, because you still gonna go. You still gonna go. Nope.
Like, that's weird. He asked, have you ever met his mom? You said you would know.
That is true. He switched from do you know his mom, and he started talking about going to the nigga house. But I guess that's really why he don't know her, because he never been to his house.
Nolan Wells have been best friends since middle school. Middle school is 7th grade for some, and then 6th grade for others. So let's just say since the 6th grade, right? Because middle school starts at 6th grade for some people.
Middle school is 6, 7, 8.
So you've been his friend since 6th grade, and you mean to tell me you never met his mom? How does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
that don't make no sense, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry to keep pausing, but your best friend, his mom should have picked y'all both up from school and dropped y'all off. Or his mom should have did the same exact thing. Picked y'all both up and drop y'all off drop you off at home. That's what best friends do. We're in the same school. We live in the same area. Your mom come to pick you up. Why would she come pick you up and just leave me? I'm your best friend. So I'm gonna get in the car too.
His middle school graduation, you never met his mom at the middle school graduation?
Yeah, and then there.
Oh, okay, like that's weird.
Yeah, right. Like middle school graduation, high school. You never met her? Again, I can kind of see if y'all live hours apart, but no, like my best friend. I met her mom once or twice. I know. I can't tell you what she look like now because it's been so many years, but I met her. She met my mom. Like, what?
You never met his mom at one of his football games that you attended because you're his best friend?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's weird. His mom never dropped him off at your crib? All right, that's weird. You never went to go celebrate his birthday and his mom was there?
Oh, yeah.
So
I didn't even think about that.
Never had a birthday party ever in life. So Nolan's never had no celebration ever in life that you was there to attend. All right, man. That's weird. Nolan.
That's not a best friend. You ain't coming to your birthday? That's not a best friend. That's an associate.
Mom never dropped her off to, I don't know, man, to like the fair or something. So y'all been best friends since middle school, as early as maybe 6th grade, and you have not had an interaction with his mom ever? But that's your best friend, man. All right, man. Yo, listen, yo, when you started off like this, bro, when you started off with this nonsense, what that tells me, it tells me particularly, yeah, you just talking. Like, you just yapping. Or you're trying to make y'all seem a tad bit closer than you guys actually are to kind of say.
It's already a bad luck when people was out searching for him. It was 19, it was 3 other boats, whatever. All the other people probably went, but the 3 people that he was on the particular boat with did not go. And y'all first thing y'all say is y'all already think we did it. Did what? And it doesn't matter what other people think, nigga. That's your best friend. I wouldn't give a fuck what a motherfucker think, nigga. This is my best friend. I'm going to see. I'm pulling up. Like, no.
Hey, man, yo, that's my best friend, man. Why would I do such a thing? The funny part about it is the family ain't saying you did a goddamn thing. All they're saying is, yo, we just want an independent investigation. We just want to figure out what happened. Right? Now, yo, Brandon Tatum says that this interview had undoubtable evidence that Nolan Wells drowned and that these kids are innocent. But the evidence he provided is absolutely nothing. It's just he said, she said. It's the same nonsense. For example, bro provided a footage of Nolan Wells' friends and Nolan, I guess, hopping on the boat.
This is what I was just talking about. This is what I was talking. Because I seen this on Instagram. Like, that don't debunk nothing. Because, nigga, nobody never said, oh, it was only one boat. It's just, nigga, the one boat is the one that we're focused on because that's the one that he was on. It don't matter if it was 15,000 boats. Just one with him and his friends ain't adding up.
And going to Horn Island together. And he's presenting this footage as exclusive footage that proves the truth. And I'm sitting there like, huh, yo, this dummy, what? Yeah, we know that Nolan went to the Horn Island with them together. Yeah, that's the whole point. What are you talking about? Like, how does this footage prove anything?
It's getting onto the boat, and they took 3 boats out. It wasn't just one. It wasn't just Nolan and 4 boys. It was a multitude of people on several different boats. And
so these must be 3 boats. That's 1, 2, 3.
Some of the boys that they're accusing wasn't even on the boat that Nolan was on. But let me show you from the vantage point where I have the video to prove that I'm here where I say I am. And so right now, here's the angle that you're gonna see on the footage. It's just from probably that boat to, maybe about 30, 40 feet here to the right. And this is where the video is showing how many people were actually out there, actually getting on the boats. So therefore, it debunks very clearly.
No, it doesn't debunk nothing because nobody never said it was only one boat. And then 2, this makes it, like I said, this makes it look even worse because how did all these people leave one person behind?
That it was only Nolan and 4 boys.
Huh? Is this man slow? Yo, before I go in, can anybody confirm whether or not Officer Tatum has an intellectual disability? Because if he does, like, I don't want to go like too crazy on him, bruh. Right? What? Who? This here debunks that he was only with the 4 friends on the boat. What? When was this ever a thing? When was this? No, the thing is, he was on the boat with friends. And we only got 4 names because those are the 4 names that apparently was at the house when the parents went to go pick up the phone. That's why we got the 4 names. And then there's pictures that surfaced of them together on the island. But the narrative has always been he was on a boat with friends. He was on the boat with friends. He went to the island with friends. And he came, and those friends he went with, they said that he told them that he was gonna catch a ride and he was gonna talk to Katie. Katie says, I didn't hear that. No, he told me he was leaving to go with his friends. He went to the island with friends, and those friends came back with his phone.
Like, especially again, all right, let's say, all right, it's an island, which is, it's crazy though, but it's an island. I don't want my phone to drop in the water. I'm gonna leave my phone on the boat. But I'm not gonna let them niggas leave me here without my phone. And then even if I'm somebody's friend and I let you say you want to stay, I said all right, you stay, and then I got on the boat, nigga. At some point, you should have realized, hey, damn, the homie left his phone right here. Damn, how you gonna get it to him? You gotta either go back or call a friend, see something, bro, something. I seen a clip. I guess it was somebody react to it right from a Twitter, and it was saying that he said that picture from the pool was them. He said, "Hey, that's me right here with my arm around him." So that mean y'all. That mean he made it off land. He made it back. Well, made it back to land. How the hell did his body get back to the island then? If your arm is around him in this pool, and this pool is supposed to be after the Horn Island thing, how did he get back there?
And he was not present. That's what we're talking about here, Tatum. How many friends was on the boat does not matter at all. It does not mean a goddamn thing. And whether there was 3 boats or 4 boats or one means nothing. Nolan Walls was on one boat. One boat. And that boat had his phone. That boat had all his belongings. And apparently when these friends told him, hey, bro, we leaving, he says, okay, you can leave. And they went and took his phone with them. He came with a group of friends. The group of friends came back safe, and Nolan Walsh was found dead. That's what we're talking about. What does any of this prove? You think a debunking is proven, oh, by the way, you guys didn't know there's actually more co-conspirators. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Our bad. Instead of 4 suspects, we now got 8. Well, thank you, Tatum. Well, like, what are you talking about here, man?
Yeah, that was dumb.
This right here, man. This is one of the nastiest things I've ever witnessed in life. Now, the friend told Tatum exactly why Nolan Walsh was left behind. And here's what he had to say. Now, mind you, this interaction you're about to hear, the girl Katie completely debunks it and contradicts it. Katie came out and says, no, Nolan told me he was going with his friends. They're saying they had an entire conversation with Nolan in front of Katie that Katie does not recall.
Nolan, that was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving, obviously, no one is getting left at the island that came with us unless they demanded to, be there and asked, this is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat.
Yes, that is common, but nigga, it's the part that makes that sound weird is the fact that y'all have his phone. Nigga, like if I'm out, nigga, if I go to the club and I meet up with I came there with a crew with 1, 2, 3 homies, whatever. But I'm gonna leave with another 2, 3, 4 homies. Nigga, give me my phone, bro. I think that's the whole thing that doesn't make that what they saying sound believable, nigga. Because nigga, even if he demanded to stay, why would he stay there without a phone for him to even call it anybody? And then nigga, if he's talking to Katie, how is he supposed to get Katie's number? Like if I'm on an island having fun, it's girls here. How am I supposed to get any number? How am I supposed to turn up? I can turn up, but like nigga, how am I supposed to get some numbers? How am I supposed to record this day? Nigga, like, come on, bruh. Especially when you're young, you're turning up, bro. You can record everything. His mom said it was nothing on his Snapchat, nothing. And then if that picture from when he had the when I guess it was all 3 or 4 of them, if that picture was from that day, where's the rest?
With that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues, and Like, no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. And like he said, you know.
How many people heard that? Were there just,
At least
just a few?
five.
Or?
I mean, everyone that was on our boat right there, because the Palm Beach had already left. My buddy went ahead and went home on the Palm Beach, and three guys on the way back. And Nolan wasn't the only person to ride out there with us and in with somebody else. I mean, we had multiple people in our group that rode out with us and rode in on someone else's boat. And that, like I said, that's not
They made it home.
an uncommon thing to do. You know, I mean, a lot of people do that. I could name probably 50 people out there that day that ran out with somebody and ran back in with somebody else.
The only problem with this is you are claiming a conversation, an entire conversation that was that notable because you're claiming y'all was screaming, it was urgent. Yo, Nolan, we about to leave. Yo, Nolan, come. And you claim this entire conversation happened in front of Katie. You saying Katie can attest for this. Katie told Nolan's family. Katie told investigators. She don't know what you're talking about. Katie told Nolan's family, again, and we've been through this already, that she was with Nolan, and Nolan told her that he was leaving abruptly, that he had to leave abruptly because he had to go with his friends. You claiming you had this entire conversation in front of Katie, and Nolan said he was going to stay with Katie, but then Katie says that's not what happened. No, we were talking, and abruptly he had to leave. If you have,
I don't know. I'm gonna say what I think happened. It's two scenarios, right? It's two, because the first one don't. It's like it's not. It's possible, but it's like I don't already know. All right, first scenario, because for them to still end up with the phone, he got on the boat. He got back on the boat. They was leaving. Somehow they got into it. Somebody got into it. Nolan was pushed or punched into the water, and they kept going. But it's like, all right, but they say he can swim, but the currents, so I already know about that one. Second scenario, he did get back on the boat. They made it back to the land. They went to that party, which from that picture, something happened then. Something happened then. He unalive, whatever. They used the fact that they were there earlier, and the fact that he was missing, which is still crazy because like if you're missing all these hours, your mom is posting that she ain't seen you. You with all these people and nobody posting like, hey, he's with us. He's right here. We made it back. He ain't called and said that it's late night and you ain't called your mom. That sounds unbelievable. But all right, say fuck it. It happened. We made it back from Horn Island. Y'all went to this party. You're turning up. You still ain't called. Something happened at this party, and then they used the fact that he was missing. They used all right. He's missing, and the last place that we can say that we were all at Horn Island. We're gonna drop him back off there and leave him there, because how did he end up back there? Like if you drown in the middle of the ocean, you going back to where you just came from an hour ago? Come on, bro. Come on. That don't even sound right. It's just this whole thing is just weird.
had this entire conversation in front of Katie and Katie was there, wouldn't Katie be able to say, oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, they did say they were leaving and Nolan chose to stay with me. But that's not
Unless she's lying, and she got something to do with it. Because most people are just focused on. I mean, most people are truly focused on this whole situation. Don't sound right, but it also could be she's lying and they're telling the truth. But it's just the fact that when he was missing, they didn't go look for him. But this is supposed to be our best friend though.
what happened though. Katie don't recall this conversation. And you said we should ask Katie. So this right here is either you just got caught in a lie in 4K or Katie got caught in a lie in 4K. Yeah. But we're going to be reviewing this entire interview, all three parts on my live stream tomorrow. Okay? So if you got some free time, tap into the live stream tomorrow where we're gonna do.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Catch them.